we're following up on the refugees who were being moved from outside the United Nations offices in Pretoria to the Lindela Repatriation Centre in Krugersdorp. SABC News reporter Nozintombi Miya joins us now live from Hatfield in Pretoria. What is the latest there, Nozintombi?
Thank you so much, Crisaldo. There were some refugees that were sent to Lindela who had voluntarily said yes, they would go to Lindela, but the large bulk of refugees refused to go to Lindela, some for work, some have got other projects that they're busy working with, so some refused to. And we do know that where I'm standing right now in Hatfield next to Makkelnerk is a little park just close to UNISA, where a few of the refugees who left the the UN Refugee Centre yesterday had managed to make camp. So I'm just going to ask my camera colleague Liepo to show you where we are and what we are seeing right now. I just want him to walk in this direction here. We had spoken to some of the refugees just to get a sense from them why they managed to land here, what happened and how they managed to get to this point in particular. You'll see here that this is a group of some of the refugees that were here. We had asked one of the gentlemen to come and speak to us. Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, sir.
Good, thank you. It's been a very, very busy few hours since yesterday, when a lot of the refugees were moved from where you were camped to this camp. How did you guys get here to this part here of Hatfield?
You know what? I'm very tired. I can tell you, I'm very tired from yesterday, and my mind is not okay. I have kids, I have wife, and sisters and brothers here. What they are doing is not okay. I can answer. I don't have time to talk to you with too much things, because everything you know, I cannot explain to you. But in the grace of God,
it's a very difficult situation, you know. Yes. I mean, some of the ladies that we spoke to earlier had said that they're exhausted, mentally and physically and spiritually, just exhausted.
Exactly like you say. But with emotionally, I cannot tell you something. Sorry.
Where are the children? Before I let you go, where are the children?
The children, they are around there.
They're here?
Yes, they are here with me. Yes. My wife is there.
Why didn't you guys go to the Lindela Repatriation Centre? Was that not something that was offered to you?
But you know, you give me that the definition for the Lindela is what? Is a center for repatriation. Yeah. Now you are sending me to Lindela to repatriate me or to help me?
Oh, I see. So it's a confusion about whether the repatriation center is a holding center to send you back home versus a holding center to find something for you.
Exactly. Now you want me to die because I.
Why would you die there? Why would you die at Lindela?
I ran away there. Wait, in Lindela. You didn't know we was there in Lindela 4 years. You didn't know that. And there is one mother passed away that side. You didn't know that. And until today, you can tell me, where is those kids? Because that mother left 3 kids. Where is those kids? There is anyone go to see those kids? And if you know the address where those kids they are staying, you can tell me.
Are you saying that the Lindela Repatriation Centre is a place where refugees go to die? No, because there's just no help there.
Exactly, because we was already there. We know what is there. We know. It's not the first time. If it was the first time, I'm going to refuse for what? But we was already there for 4 years. They didn't say nothing. They didn't tell us nothing. They bring us again here. But now they want to take us again to go to Lindela. They want what? For the kids to die or me, the father, to die? I don't know.
What do you need help with? How do you need assistance? At this point in time, it seems like there's no hope. It seems like there's no hope. But if there was a glimmer of hope, how would you like to be helped?
You know, that question is a very important question, but this time it's already late to ask me that question. You're supposed to ask me before to take me out that place I was there. You understand? Because of what? You're supposed to ask me there, after that you help me. But you already chased me. I can tell you how you are going to help me. And you are a journalist. How you are going to help me? Because all the authority, they're supposed to help me. They was there, they chased me. They didn't ask me that question. They're supposed to ask me first.
Yeah.
But they didn't ask me a question. Me, my problem is just you guys save us. Finish.
Yeah.
Finish. Now.
Absolutely heartbreaking. Thank you so much. There's a lady right here that I just want to quickly get a comment from her. You were speaking a little bit and you were talking about the children. Why are you tired?
I'm very tired. I don't want to talk to my mother. Please, you are a mother, you are a father. You know what the situation we are passing from here. Yes, I'm here 15 years. I born all my kids here, but they don't have a paper. They don't have. They are not going to school. The first one now is 13 years end of this month. So tell me, are you a mother? Are you going to believe that one your kids they are not going to school? Are you going to believe? We are not the dog. We are not the chicken. We are not what we are thinking. We are the women being like you.
Yeah.
So you need to think the job you are doing because you go away to school most. That's when you do this job. If you didn't go to jail, you can do this thing. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You must be intelligent. We are thinking about our future for our family, for our kids. So now the future for our kids is only like this.
Heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. But how do you think you can be assisted?
Our solution, the problem is what? We don't want to stay in South Africa anymore.
Where do you want to go?
They can go with anywhere we can save our life for kids. We want peace. We run for our countries, not if our country was peace, we can't come here. You understand? If you're ready, your daughter passed away, you have 3 daughters, one passed away, one is sick, you can believe again, I want this one again to must die. This is the way you want to do us. We already died to Lindela. But you guys, they bring us back again to hand of UNCR. You guys again, you want to go to bring us back again to Lindela to die again. So to die for what? We don't want to die. We want to see our life for the kids. We want to see the future for our kids. We want to go out of South Africa. There's nothing we can do. We don't even need paper or what. We want to die. Please.
All right, I see your phone's ringing there. Thank you. We're just going to let the lady go there. I'm just going to guide my camera colleague to show you what the situation here is, Griselda. It's absolutely heartbreaking. We are seeing mothers and fathers sitting displaced in a small patch of park that's quite close to the to UNISA, and you can just see the absolute heartbreak and sorrow on their faces. There is no alternative for them. There has been nothing done to assist them. Where they're sitting or where they have camped for overnight and for the large part of the day today is where they're going to stay until a better alternative provides itself some sort of clarity or some sort of solution. And what they're asking for is, we heard here from the lady that we just spoke to, they want to leave South Africa, but they're worried and they're living in fear of being sent back to the Lindela Repatriation Centre, because they say the Lindela Repatriation Centre is a place where many refugees lost their lives and were not sent to the places that they should have been sent to. So it is an absolutely heartbreaking situation. It is difficult as the South African government to find long-lasting permanent solutions for these families. It is difficult for these families to find a place where they can stay. We do know that many of them had been displaced in the xenophobic attacks of 2019 and subsequent xenophobic attacks. That's why they had then moved to the UN buildings. But it's a storm that has grown and grown and led to a situation where the number of refugees outside the UN center was just simply too many and had to be removed just for the safety of that area, for the safety of the people themselves. But where to now? Where are the role players that need to be here? Social services, Foreign Affairs Department, Home Affairs Department, all the different departments that need to be involved in the situation to try and find permanent solutions. And not just South African officials, but also officials from the different countries that the people come from. We do know they come from West Africa, East Africa, and we need to have roundtable discussions with all the embassies and all the South African role players to find permanent solutions for these people, for their families, their children as young as 6 months that have slept out in the cold, in the open cold, and not had sufficient food and not had sufficient sustenance. This is a humanitarian crisis and it needs to be dealt with as such. Griselda.
Nozintombi, just taking a look behind you there, it doesn't look like there's any ablution facilities or any place to bath. It's just clothes that are on the floor. It was a bit chilly last night, but also I think it would also be key to bring in the aspect of a continuing discussion that has been held in the country about those who come into the country without the proper paperwork. That is also a discussion that needs to be had. And I guess while that discussion is being had, we must also look at the situation that is unfolding there behind you.
Undoubtedly, absolutely. There are no ablution facilities here. There's no water. They're using little water tankers here. If you can just, if you could just go a little bit down here, so you can just see. You'll see that there's water in little buckets here, and I mean they're traveling distances and distances just to be able to get access to the water there. And what you're seeing here behind me is little groupings of the foreign nationals here, just sort of giving information to the different organizations that are coming to speak to them to try and find out what their needs are, basic needs such as food, such as access to clean water, such as access to hygiene facilities. It was an absolutely cold night overnight. There is no running water. There are no bathrooms. There are no toilets. There are children here. There are children as young as 6 months old here. There are also young children who have now been removed from their schools because they have no place to stay. So it's quite difficult for them to be able to go in and out of the schooling area. Again, Griselda, the humanitarian crisis issue rears its head again. Until permanent solutions are found, at the end of the day, the refugees are here in South Africa. Whatever the circumstances are that led to those refugees coming here to South Africa, the fact of the matter is they are here in South Africa with their children, and we do need all the relevant authorities to come together and to be able to find tangible solutions. It should not only be, it shouldn't only just be social service communities or social service facilities or NGOs coming to assist the communities with just food and water. We should be having authorities from Home Affairs. We should be having embassies coming to this area here to come and take stock, take note, take details of the people that are here and find out who wants to go back home, find out who wants to stay here, find alternative living arrangements, process the children, give them birth certificates. There's such a massive gap of administration that has not been done for the people here, and this is a serious problem in a country such as our country that is a democratic society. Our obligation is to ensure that we do at least help them with the basic minimum for them to be able to either be processed to go back to their own countries or the countries of their choices that they have requested to go to. Griselda.
Nozintombi, thank you very much indeed, covering that story for us in Tshwane there.